Hello, I hope you're having a good Saturday. There's quite the thaw going on over at my house, and we are all looking forward to the coating of cold stuff removing itself from our walks and parking lots, aren't we? Because tomorrow's a big day. In the morning for worship, we'll be celebrating the revelation of Jesus' glory to three of his disciples in the solemnity of the Transfiguration. Marilyn Davis will tell the first of our stories before God by people from out of the pews rather than by staff. And we'll hear a report from the group who've been leading an effort to offer relief to storm-stricken Mayfield, Kentucky. Last of all, for the morning, although we really don't have a seminarian this year in the form of a student minister, we do still have a historic obligation of contributing towards theological education in the progressive Christian tradition. First Church has made donations to the UCC seminaries in the Midwest ever since 1866, when we sent a contribution to the newly founded Chicago Theological Seminary. Please plan to give generously tomorrow. There will be envelopes for your offering in the bulletins, or you can give online. And now, speaking of people who have had theological education, the news of the day. Tracy Harris will be ordained to the ministry of Word and Sacrament in the United Church of Christ tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon, and this will be a time to celebrate not only her formal entrance into the clergy, but to acknowledge the role she's played in all of our spiritual lives. If you cannot attend in person, please do watch the live stream on our YouTube channel. It will be a truly joyous day. There are plenty of announcements in this message that accompanies this video, and I want you to read them all. So here are the highlights of the announcements to pique your interests, and one that's a little more in-depth. Our COVID protocols are lighter, but haven't yet been lifted. We still need to be taking precautions to prevent its spread, so take a look at those. Lent begins this week. Wednesday is actually Ash Wednesday, and there will be a worship service at 7 p.m. in person and live streamed. I'll be producing the ash mixture on Tuesday and could use a few more palm fronds from last Palm Sunday if you have them. If you get them to the church by Monday, I can include them in the burn. About Lent. Something that isn't included in the text of today's weekend announcements, but that will be in the upcoming Covenant News for Lent, is our season's focus on women in the Bible. Lent starts on the day after Women's History Month begins, and with the recent publication of Dr. Will Gaffney's new women's lectionary for the whole church, we on the worship planning team could not resist seizing a moment for honoring the mothers of our faith, both legendary and historical. Over the 6 Sundays in Lent and on Easter Sunday, we will be turning to their experiences and wisdom to guide our worship. On the 5 Wednesday evenings following Ash Wednesday, pastoral assistant Hallie Kim will be leading Zoom discussions about the sermons we have heard from me and her and Reverend Jan Barnes. Maundy Thursday and Good Friday Blues worship services will give voice to the women at the table of the Last Supper and the women at the cross, respectively. We believe you will find this Lenten experience to be both fascinating and spiritually enriching. We've had such a wonderful time putting it together. Joan Musbach will be talking after worship tomorrow about the challenges of teaching American history to young students in the modern context, especially as there are accusations of the use of critical race theory and other sometimes controversial ways of thinking about our history. Attend in person or on Zoom. Our next First Saturday collection on March 5th will be for the St. Louis Alliance for Period Supplies. There is information for donors and for volunteers included in a brief article. We've received a report from our old friend Gershon Duce about his part in the Ghanaian military's peacekeeping efforts in South Sudan, which I think you will find interesting. And please take some time browsing the 2022 Benevolence Events Giving Store inventory and opportunities to fulfill and even add to First Church's Wish Upon a Cloud list. I think I've covered everything that is in the accompanying weekend announcements. I hope to see you either in person or online tomorrow, Sunday, February 27th. Peace be upon you.